Okay, very good morning, one and all. I'm Rupali Jinturkar from Chemistry Department, PES Modern College of Pharmacy. Today I'm going to teach on the topic that is coming from local anti-infectives, that is preservatives. So preservative topic we are going to start today. So what are preservatives? I guess in pharmaceutics subject you have already learned about this. Just will revise the definition. Preservatives are added to various dosage forms and cosmetic preparations to prevent microbial contamination. We all know that whatever the dosage forms or cosmetics are being prepared, they all have some particular shelf life. So it is very much important that during their shelf life they should be free from the microbes or the fungi growth. So to prevent such growth of microorganisms or fungus in our dosage form or cosmetic preparation, we have to add some preservatives in those dosage forms. So those preservatives are to be added in particular concentration, not more or less than that we'll see later. In parenteral and ophthalmic preparations, preservatives are used to maintain the sterility. So we know that the parenteral preparations and ophthalmic preparations are sterile one. They are supposed to be sterilized before you administer them. So to maintain the sterility of such preparations, as we are directly injecting them and we are directly using them in our eyes, we have to maintain the sterility. And there are few chances that accidental contamination may occur during use. That is, you know that the ophthalmic preparations are supposed to be, the dosage is supposed to be finished within 8 days of opening that preparation. So once you open that preparation and you used it and keep it aside for next day use, during that period there should not be any kind of contamination to that dosage form. So it is very much important that if you open that dosage form, still its sterility is to be maintained, and to maintain its sterility, preservatives are added in ophthalmic dosage forms and in parenterals as well. Now, what are the ideal properties that a preservative should have? That are as follows. It should be effective at lower concentration against all possible microorganisms. So, the concentration in which we are supposed to use that preservative in our dosage form or in our cosmetic product, that concentration should be very much low as possible. It should be non toxic as expected. It should be compatible with other constituent of the preparation. As we are adding these preservatives in particular dosage form having some expected pharmacological activity, the preservative should not interfere with the pharmacological action of the drug which is there in dosage form. So it should be compatible with whatever the other constituents that are present in that dosage form or in cosmetic preparation. It should be stable for shelf life of the preparation, that it should maintain the maintain its properties uh, in during the complete shelf life of that preparation, and it should not also interfere with the physical and chemical properties of that dosage form entirely in its shelf life. Next, this is the classification of preservatives that are commonly used. This classification I have classified the examples or drugs depending on their chemical nature. So depending on the chemical structure we have classified. Number one is esters of para-hydroxybenzoic acid. Now you should imagine the structure: ester of para-hydroxy. So basically this is a benzoic acid having hydroxyl group at para position, and esters of that carboxylic acids are the, this is the class that are commonly called as parabenes. as the hydroxyl group at para position is called as parabene. Example is methyl parabene, ethyl parabene, propyl parabene, butyl parabene. So now if you see the name, it will be very easy for you to memorize the structure. Parabene. So immediately it should come in your mind that it is ben, that is benzoic acid. Para means hydroxyl group at para position, and it is a methyl ester of para hydroxybenzoic acid. Very simple. So only four parabenes are there: methyl, ethyl, propyl, butyl. Okay. So carbon number 1, 2, 3, and 4. Next is alcohol used as preservative. Example is chlorobutanol, benzyl alcohol. Salts of carboxylic acids are used as preservative. Example is sodium salt of benzoic acid, sodium salt of propanoic acid, and potassium salt of sorbic acid. Next is salts of mercury. Examples are phenyl mercuric nitrate and acetate. So this is a brief classification of preservatives that are commonly used in pharmaceutical dosage forms or cosmetics. So we'll see one by one what are these dosage forms. First is esters of parahydroxybenzoic acid that we call as parabenes. Parabens have distinct antifungal properties. Their toxicity to the human host is typically low, as we are saying that these preservatives are going to kill the microbes or fungal growth. It might happen that it will be toxic to human host. So while selecting the preservatives, it is very much important that in which dosage form you are using it, at what concentration you are using it. Otherwise the toxicity may occur in human. So while talking about these parabens, they are having very low toxicity because after they are getting administered, they rapidly undergo hydrolysis and they are converted to parahydroxybenzoic acid, that is ester is converted to acid, and then it is very easy that benzoic acid gets conjugated and it is getting excreted out of the body. So the excretion is very easy once it enters in human body. This property makes the paraben useful as preservative for liquid dosage forms. Next, methyl parahydroxybenzoate or methyl paraben. This is one of the example. You can see the structure is very simple. This is benzoic acid, parahydroxybenzoic acid, and to the oxygen methyl group. This bond stands for, here methyl group is present. So here onwards you are supposed to understand that wherever such single bond comes, that indicates here there is CH3, not hydrogen. Many of you might get confused that here if nothing is written, that means it is hydrogen. No, it's not like that. It is CH3 group present at this position. So this is COOCH3, and this is benzene ring and OH. So this is methyl paraben structure. It is a white crystalline powder soluble in water and alcohol, but slightly soluble in non-polar organic solvent, used against mold growth. And next is propyl paraben. This is the structure. Propyl means prop stands for 3 carbon. So 1, 2, and 3. 3 carbon chain is here at the oxygen of carboxylic acid. So this is propyl derivative of parahydroxybenzoic acid. It is slightly soluble in water, but soluble in organic solvents, used primarily for yeast growth. So here you can see the difference, that methyl paraben is basically used for mold growth and propyl paraben is used for yeast growth. These two are different types of fungi. These two are types of fungi that are generally observed. Mold growth is generally observed where damp places are there, and they grow in a multicellular form, whereas yeast grows in a single cell form. So the difference is there in their structure and other things. So it is very important to understand that which preservative is used for which type of growth. Okay, so just keep in your memory that methyl paraben you use for mold growth, you can remember as methyl paraben, and mold M. So growth, and yeast growth is retarded by propyl paraben. Next is butyl paraben. This is the structure butyl. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 carbon chain is attached to the oxygen of para-hydroxybenzoic acid. It is sparingly soluble in water but very soluble in alcohol and non-polar organic solvent. This is ethyl para-hydroxybenzoate. Ethyl means 2 carbons are here. It is slightly soluble in water but soluble in alcohol and organic solvent. Now here solubility of every paraben has been mentioned. Whenever you are going to write in examination such type of questions, then you are supposed to write the name of that compound, draw its structure, and write some important properties of that uh, compound. So here that's why I have to written that the physical nature, that is white crystalline powder. Physical property, that it is soluble in water, insoluble in organic solvent or not. Everything has been written, so you are supposed to memorize this. This is important one. Only by writing the name will not give you maximum marks. If you write the name of that compound, draw its structure, write some physical properties, then only you should expect more and more marks in medicinal chemistry. So here how to memorize this property is very simple. If you compare between these four compounds, methyl, ethyl, propyl, and butyl, so you can see here the groups that are attached to oxygen, the number is increasing. Here it is 1 carbon, then in ethyl it is 2, in propyl it's 3 carbon, and in butyl it's 1, 2, 3, 4 carbons. So as the number of carbon atom or methyl groups are increasing to the carbon which is attached to the oxygen, the number of carbon atom increases, lipophilicity increases. Lipophilicity means solubility in organic solvents or in alcohols, and that is proportionally, we can say that, decrease in solubility in water. So if you see the solubility of methyl paraben, it is completely soluble in water. But if you talk about butyl paraben, it is sparingly soluble in water. That is, it is very minutely soluble in water. So you can easily memorize that those compounds which are having longer carbon chains, they are more lipophilic in nature. That is, they are lipid soluble. They are not soluble in water. Those compounds which are having very smaller groups like methyl group, ethyl group, they are soluble in water. They are hydrophilic in nature. So as the number of carbon atom in a longer chain increases, lipophilicity increases, and hydrophilicity stands for solubility in water, decreases. So you should memorize. This is very common concept. You can use it in any structure. So that will be easy for you to memorize here onwards. The second class is alcohol used as preservative. Example is chlorobutanol. You can see the structure of chlorobutanol. The common name is chlorobutanol. IUPAC name is 111 trichloro 2-methyl 2-propanol. It is a white crystalline solid having camphor-like aroma. Occurs in anhydrous form, slightly soluble in water. Used as bacteriostatic agent in pharmaceuticals. Here they haven't said bactericidal. I have explained this in last lecture, bacteriostatic and bactericidal. So this is bacteriostatic agent used for injection, ophthalmic use, and intranasal administration. Next is benzyl alcohol. Here you can see the structure of benzyl alcohol. It is a clear liquid with aromatic odor, soluble in water and alcohol, used as preservative in vials of injectable drugs in the concentration of 1% to 4%. Advantage is benzyl alcohol also have local anesthetic action. So as we are using it in injectables, it is very beneficial as injections give some kind of pain. So local anesthetic action is given by benzyl alcohol. So it is very much easy and preferable for injectable drugs. It is commonly used in ointments and lotions as antiseptic in the treatment of various pruritic. Pruritic stands for itching skin conditions. So skin disorders or skin conditions where itching is generally observed, there benzyl alcohol can be used for local application. That is the another use of benzyl alcohol. This is the structure, very easy structure. Third, salts of carboxylic acid like benzoic acid salts are used. Benzoic acid is also used as preservative. It is a white crystalline solid, slightly soluble in water but more soluble in alcohol. It is more effective as a preservative in foods and pharmaceutical products at low pH. This is much important. Just make sure you will memorize this. At low pH, those compounds, those pharmaceutical products or dosage form that whose pH is to be maintained at lower pH, acidic pH is required. There you are supposed to use such a preservative that is acidic in nature. So benzoic acid is used at in such dosage form their pH is low. Then sodium benzoate is sodium salt of benzoic acid. It is also used as preservative in acidic liquid preparations. Next is sodium propionate. This is sodium salt of propionic acid. It is a transparent colorless crystal that is soluble in water and alcohol. It is effective antifungal agent used as preservative, and again as it is acidic in nature, that is it is a sodium salt of propanoic acid, so it will be effective in those dosage form that are having low pH. Next is sorbic acid. Sorbic acid, you can see the structure of sorbic acid. It is a effective antifungal agent. I have already told you, as the number of carbon chain increases, the solubility in water decreases. Here you can see it is a sparingly soluble in water. That is, solubility in water is very low. It is more lipophilic in nature. And as it is more lipophilic in nature, you can use it in ointments, elixir, syrups, lotion, such dosage form where sugars are used. So as sugar is present, the chances of growing of mold is generally observed. So sorbic acid is used in such compounds or such dosage form, so it will show its antifungal activity. Then last type of preservative is salts of mercury. Here you can see the two compound structure. The first is phenyl mercuric nitrate, and this is phenyl mercuric acetate. So these are two compounds or salts of mercury. Talking about phenyl mercuric nitrate, it is a mixture of phenyl mercuric nitrate plus phenyl mercuric hydroxide. It occurs as white crystalline material. It is used in the concentration of 1 is to 10,000 to preserve the injectable drugs against bacterial contamination. Disadvantage of these mercuric salts is the bacteriostatic efficacy is decreased if they are getting administered in presence of serum. So that is the disadvantage of such compounds. So two examples with structures I have given over here. Now this is the general concentrations of preservatives that are used in liquid dosage forms. The name of preservative and their recommended concentrations has been given over here. Benzoic acid is used in the concentration of 0.1 to 0.2%. So you are supposed to memorize this percentage very well. So just see the video again and note down these recommended concentrations. Now, this is the list of preservatives depending on type of dosage form. Injections, the preservative used are phenol, cresol, chlorocresol. Eye drops, preservatives are chlorhexidine acetate, benzalkonium chloride. Mixtures, benzoic acid, methyl paraben and alcohols. Creams, different parabens, chlorocresol, and in tablets methyl paraben is used as preservative. The respective concentrations are also given in the table. So the question that may come on this topic, mostly expected question is short note. Write short note on preservatives. So if short note is asked, first thing is you are supposed to write the definition of preservatives, then their classification. In classification, at least 2 to 3 examples of each class you are supposed to write. In each example you are supposed to explain the structure, its physical property, and for what it is used as preservative, whether it is bacteriostatic, whether it is again used against the fungi, which type of fungi, yeast or mold. So everything I have written this in the presentation, so you are supposed to memorize everything. Never forget to write the structures. More and more structures you draw, more marks you can expect. So this is about the preservative topic. So here, thank you so much. So this topic is over. Thank you.